My YouTube channel. My dear students, this video is for class 11th students, especially maths students. The topic what we are going to cover in this video will be the last question of exercise 2A from the chapter relations and functions. Then we will do the questions of 2B if the time is left. So let us first do the last question of the exercise 2A. The Cartesian product A cross A has 9 elements. A cross A has 9 elements. So cardinal number of A cross A is 9. I hope you know A cross A will have the elements of the type ordered pair, which are found -1, 0 and 0, 1. Among the ordered pairs elements of A cross A, the elements are found -1, 0 and 0, 1. So among the ordered pair elements of A cross A, the two elements are -1, 0 and 0, 1. Find the set A and the remaining elements of A cross A. Set A and remaining elements of A cross A. Just look at. I hope you know A cross A will have the elements of the type x, x, where x belongs to A. The first component x belongs to set A. Since the second component is also x, so that will belong to the same set A. Okay. So just examine the ordered pair elements of A cross A. We have x at the place of x, -1, at the place of this x, 0, at the place of here x, 0, here 1. So examining this one and this one, we come to know that the possible values of x, which is an element of set A, will be -1, 0 and 1. Therefore, the set A will have elements -1, 0, 1. Correct? Now, after that we have to find the remaining elements of A cross A. Since A cross A has 9 elements, A has 3 elements, therefore the remaining 7, 2 we have already written here. Remaining 7 we will be writing using the concept what we are knowing to get the Cartesian product of two sets. Start with -1, write the elements of A and then again the elements of A. To get the Cartesian product of set A and set A, we will write -1 with -1, that will give you first element. then minus 1 comma 0, that will give you second element, minus 1 comma 1 third element, 0 comma minus 1 fourth, 0 comma 0 fifth, 0 comma 1 sixth, and so on. So leaving these two, we will write all the 7. So I start writing minus 1 comma minus 1, then minus 1 comma 0 written there, we will not be writing, minus 1 comma 1, then go to this 0, 0 comma minus 1, 0 comma 0, 0 comma 1 already written, don't write, then go to 1, 1 comma minus 1, 1 comma 0, 1 comma 1. So let's count the, do we have 7 or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 elements are the remaining elements of A cross A. Now we will go to the next exercise. For that we need to know, we need to understand the new topic, and that is relations. So far it is clear to us how to get the Cartesian product of two sets. Now we will be using this concept for understanding the topic relations. So Cartesian product means the collection of ordered pairs like x comma y, where the first component x belongs to the first set, second component y belongs to the second set. I mean, if you want to get the Cartesian product of set A and set B, so you will be writing this as A cross B, and A cross B will be having the elements like x comma y, where x, which is called the first entry, belongs to the set A, and second entry y will belong to set B. I mean, A cross B is defined as x comma y, where x belongs to A and y belongs to B, and this is an element of A cross B, which has a special name, ordered pair. The first number what we write is called the first entry or first component, and this one is called the second entry or second component of the ordered pair. Relations. So relation R from set A to set B. Relation R from set A to set B is the subset of Cartesian product of A and B. Means relation from set A to set B will be the subset of A cross B. A cross B has this type of element. So when you form a subset using the elements of A cross B, then that subset can be the relation from set A to set B. Example: I write two non-empty sets A and B. Okay. Now I want to get a relation from A to B such that if I want to get a relation from set A to set B such that it is square root of the relation what we want to define is square root of. So let us first get A cross B. So since cardinal number of A has 3 elements, cardinal number of B has 3 elements, so Cartesian product of A and B will be having 9 elements in it, and these elements will be of the type order pair 1, 0, 1, 4, 1, 9, 2, 0, 2, 4, 2, 9, 3, 0, 3, 4, 3, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when we define the relation from set A to set B such that it is square root of, it means its first entry should be the square root of the second entry. First entry should be the square root of the second entry. So you have so many elements in A cross B. So you have to select those elements of A cross B in which the first component or first entry may be the square root of the second entry. Start with first one. Is this ordered pair having its entries satisfying this? No, I don't think. 1 is square root of 0. Can we say? No. So this element of A cross B will not be having in the relation R. So relation R will be having those elements from this order pair, from this A cross B, in which the first entry is the square root of the second entry. Come to second. 1 is square root of 4. No, it's not satisfied. 1 is square root of 9. No. 2 is square root of 0. No. 2 is square root of 4. Yes. So 2, 4 will be in this relation R. 2, 9. 2 is square root of 9. No. 3 is square root of no. 3 is square root of 4. No. 3 is square root of 9. Yes. So we have got two elements from this Cartesian product A cross B, which is the subset of A cross B. So these two elements, when we write these two elements in the form of a set, we can say that this set is the subset of A cross B. So this relation R is the subset of A cross B. So we can define this relation R from set A to B as the order pair x, y such that such that x is related with y, where x belongs to set A and y belongs to set B. I mean, in every element of that relation R, the first entry should have the relation with the second entry on which the relation is defined. If relation is square root of, means first entry must be the square root of the second entry of the order pair element of that relation, or you can say Cartesian product. Another example, set A 1 2 3 1 2, set B 2 3 4 5. I hope you know that A cross B will be having 10 elements in it. Two elements in A, 5 elements in, 1 2 3 4 4 elements in B. So there will be 2 4 8, 8 elements in A cross B, and these will be 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4, 2 comma 5. These are the 8 elements of A cross B, means Cartesian product of A and B. So if you want to define the relation from A to B such that it is equal to, if relation is defined by this sentence, is equal to, means you need to get subset of A cross B with its elements in such a way that the first entry is equal to the second entry of every element. So out of these 8 elements of A cross B, we will select those elements, those order pair. You know that every element of this A cross B will be called the order pair. So out of 8 ordered pairs, we will be selecting only those ordered pairs in which the first entry is equal to the second entry. Find out. 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, no. 1 comma 5, 2 comma 2, no. First entry is same as the second entry. Anyone else? No. So in this relation R from A to B, we will get only one element in it, and that element will be of the type ordered pair such that first entry is equal to the second entry, 2 comma 2, where 2 is the element of A and this 2 is the element of B. I hope you have understood how the relation R is defined. Now let us go to understand the domain, range and codomain. Of relation R. So if we have a relation R x comma y from A to B, where A and B are two non-empty sets, X belongs to A and Y belongs to B. So, this first entry of every element, when we collect of the relation R and write and make a set, so that set which is the collection of first entry of the relation R will be called the domain of relation R. So, domain of relation R will be the collection of first entry X, where X comma Y belongs to R, X belongs to set A. So, all those elements of set A which are at the place of first entry of every ordered pair, so that collection will be called the domain of relation R. Don't get confused that all the elements of set A will be called, means the collection of set A will be called a domain. No, the first entry of set A which are in relation R will be domain of relation R. Example will make it clear. Set A 1, 2, 3, set B 3, 2, 5, and relation R from A to B is defined as is less than, then this relation R will have its element 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 5, because 1 is less than 3, 1 is less than 2, 1 is less than 5. Now write the second one, 2, 3, 2, 2, will it be? No, because 2 is not less than 2. 2, 5, 3, 3, will it be? No, because 3 is not less than 3. 3, 2, will it be? It will be there in the cross product, it will be there in the Cartesian product, but it will not be in the relation R. 3, 2. 3, 3 will also not be there in the A cross B or Cartesian product of A and B. 3, 5, yes, 3 is less than 5. So, this relation R has these many elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, while A cross B will have 9 elements in it. So, I am saying that if you want to write the domain of this relation R from A to B, so you will write a set of collection of first entries 1, 2 and 3. By the way, it is set A. Then range. So range of this relation R will be the collection of second entries of the relation R. 3, 2, 5. While codomain of R will be the set B. The collection of first entries, the set of collection of first entries of relation R will be called the domain of relation R. The collection of second entries of relation R will be called the range of the relation R, while set B is called the codomain of relation R. One more thing. If A and B are two non-empty sets, then you know that A cross B has the elements equal to the product of the number of elements of set A and set B. I mean, if two sets A and B has their cardinal numbers as m and n, then the cardinal number of A cross B will be m into n, and the number of subsets of A cross B will be 2 to the power mn. Number of subsets of A cross B will be 2 to the power mn, where cardinal number of A is m and cardinal number of B is n. Inverse of a relation. If we have a relation R, I mean collection of x comma y, where x is related with R, x belongs to A, y belongs to B, then we say that relation R is from A to B. So I am saying, to get the inverse of this relation, we use this symbol, and this will be having the set of elements, order pair elements y comma x, where x comma y belong to R. I mean, if you have a relation with, then to get its inverse, you need to interchange the first and second component in every ordered pair element of the relation R. If you interchange the first component or first entry by the second entry of every ordered pair element of a relation, then the collection of that set by interchanging the first entry by second entry will give you the inverse of the relation R. Example, suppose you have, if you don't understand what I explained, so let us understand with example. Suppose you have a relation R 2, 4, 3, 7, 5, 6. Then the inverse of relation R will be written like this, and it will be having the elements 4, 2, 7, 3, 6, 5. One more thing. Domain of R inverse is equal to range of R. Range of R inverse is equal to domain of R. To B, let's do question number 1. Write down the relation shown by the arrow diagram by listing the ordered pairs. State the domain, codomain, and the range of the relation. P, Q, R, S. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. P with 3. P has a relation with 3. R has relation with 5. Q has relation with 5. S has relation with 7. So the diagram what we have used here to show a relation, you can say that diagram is mapping. Okay, so what we have to find? State the domain, codomain, and range. Domain, codomain, and range. But before stating the domain, codomain, and range, we have to write the relation shown by the arrow diagram by listing its elements. So elements of relation. Let's write the elements of the relation. P, 3, Q, 5, R, 5, S, 7, one, two, three, four. 4 ordered pairs. Okay. Domain. The first entry is P, Q, R, and S. Codomain. Codomain means set B. This you can say that this is set A, this is set B. So the relation R is from set A to set B. So whole set B, all the elements of set B, when you write that set will be called the codomain of the relation R. So here codomain will be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Range. Range of a relation R means the collection of the set of second entries of the relation R. 3, 5, 5, 7. So 3, 5 and 7. So range is the set with 3 elements 3, 5, 7. Codomain 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and domain P, Q, R and S. Next, question number 2. Each of the following are relations from B to A. Okay, B to A. Let us understand question number 2. For that we need to go through the question carefully. Set A has 4 elements A, B, C, D. B has 3 elements X, Y, Z. The question is, which of the following are relations from B to A? So if we want to have a relation from B to A, then the first entry of every ordered pair must be the element of set B and the second entry must be the element of set A. So first one, let me write the all parts Zx, Zy, Zx, Zy, Xa, Za, Zb, Za, Zb, Zc, Zd, Xb, Ya, fourth By, Cz, Ax, fifth Xd, Yc, Xd, Yc, Zb, so we have collection of ordered pairs. If we want to see whether these collections of ordered pairs are the relation from set B to A or not, then we need to see that the first entry of every element must belong to set B. So Z, Z, X. Second entry must be from set A, X, Y. You see, second entry X, Y and A. A has A, B, C, D. So second entry should be A, B, C, D, no? So first one, it cannot be a relation from B to A. Go to second one, Z, 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 Z. First entry from B, A, B, C, D. We see that the first entry is from B, second entry is from A, yes. Third one, X, Y. First entry from B, B, A. Second entry from A. Yes, this can be the relation from B to A using the elements of B and A. Next one, fourth, B, Y, B, C, A. The first entry are from set A. The necessary condition that first entry should be from B, then only the relation from B to A can be defined. No. The last one, X, Y, Z, D, C, B. Yes. So we have done and we have made enough discussion over the domain, range, codomain, the first entry, second entry, how a relation is defined, how a relation can be made using the given condition. We understood what the inverse of a relation is. We understood how to get the inverse of a relation when its elements are given. We have understood now that the range of R inverse relation, the inverse of a relation is the domain of relation R. The range, the domain of R inverse is the range of R, and the range of R inverse is the domain of R. So all these things are clear to us. In the next video we will be doing the questions of remaining questions of this exercise 2b. Meanwhile, you start doing preparation, my dear students. Every day you need to sit and practice. You need to go through the contents what you have in the book. Your book itself is sufficient to provide you enough knowledge. So bye bye, meet you in the next video with the next questions of 2b. So I hope you will do practice and keep yourself ready for your exams. Bye bye.